Hello and welcome to another edition of a talk show on the Sporting Hub, powered by the Golfing Hub. A young achiever with me this evening, Malvika Bansod. Rather prolific run of late, two titles in 2019 and a recent one in Lithuania, which makes it two in 2021. So we'll get talking with the young badminton player and her mother, who's a doctor by profession. So welcome, ladies, to the show, and we'll start with Malvika. How does it feel win in your kitty on Sunday?
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for inviting me. And it was really very nice moment for me. I was very happy on Sunday because I had performed really well throughout the tournament, and I really wanted to win it. I had gone there with the intention of winning it, and I was able to complete that. So I was very happy. I was proud of my performance, and I was proud that I was able to win a gold medal for my country.
So Malvika, you had a good run in 2019. In between 2020, we all know what happened. Then again,
Yeah.
you are back on. We are back on track. Hopefully, after the second wave. Uh, is there disappointment that kind of your campaign got derailed because of the pandemic? One. And two is, how did you cope with that phase? You know, it's a problem with all athletes, staying sharp mentally, staying motivated, uh, and busy. So talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. Because 2019, in 2019, I had a really good run, and I was contemplating that in 2020, I'll improve my rankings very fast and try to come in top 100 and top 50 as soon as I could. But because due to the pandemic, most of the tournaments got cancelled, and there were severe lockdowns in all cities, and also in Raipur where I am training. So it was not possible for me to continue training for many months in 2020, and that's why it hampered my on-court training. But definitely, I will say that it was a much needed break for me because I had recently given my 12th exam in Feb 2020, and that was a really big task for me because throughout 2019 I was continuously playing tournaments and I didn't have time to prepare. So in January and February, I studied really hard, and then my body was also tired because the entire last year I had been training very hard. So I think I took that quite positively, that my mind and body both needed a lot of break. And I got it in 2020, and I got back to exercises or rather activities which I liked so much. Like I like playing Casio. I'm good at it, and I got to read lots of books and disengage from the usual routine that I had, and I focused more on fitness activities whichever I could at home. So definitely from the rankings point of view, it was disappointing, but then I got time to rejuvenate myself, which I didn't have for the past 7-8 years.
Right. So last year, how long was the break? How long did the break last for you?
I think the break started in April. April, severe lockdown started, and then I think it was till maybe September or October till it was that I really got on court. And after that, just I think in October or November, things started to get normal, and then again things got worse. So
Right, right,
it
right,
was a
right, right.
really long break, really long break.
So you now have a world ranking of 114. Is
Yeah.
that your highest world ranking?
Yes, that is my highest world ranking till now.
Okay. So we'll talk about the four international wins that you have. Which one is special? Is it Maldives because that was your first?
Yeah. It was Maldives, yeah, and it was special for many reasons because I had recently had my birthday on 15th September, and on
Okay.
19th September I won the title. 19th,
Okay.
I think 21st September, yeah, and it was a really special week for me, and that was the first senior international title. And the way I had played the final and won it, I had won against the then world number 70 from Myanmar, and I had won in straight games quite convincingly. So I was really happy with my performance there.
Right. So, and what about the Lithuanian international? How would you view that week?
I was definitely happy after winning Lithuania International because in Austria I was a little disappointed because I lost the quarterfinal quite narrowly, just by 2 points. So I wanted to finish that mission, and I had opportunity to do it in 2 weeks. So I'm happy that I could complete that.
Okay. So I noticed that you mentioned Lin Dan as your idol. Have you ever met him?
No, I've never met him.
But how come you kind of, I mean, he's obviously a charismatic player and a character, very colorful also. But what is it about Lin Dan that kind of makes him special? And
I think
something
that
that
is
kind of you like about him?
yeah, definitely. First of all, because he is a left-hander and he has been so consistent over the years, and throughout his career, he has been very lively on court, very precise on court, and his performances have been really very spectacular. Be it his matches with Lee Chong Wei or Peter Gade or any of the uh, current generation players, he has always played really well, and some of his deceptions are really very famous. So all of that makes him really a very charismatic person on court.
All right. So, I mean, given a chance, you would definitely like to meet him.
Yeah, definitely.
But
And
have you ever? Sorry, carry on.
the number of tournaments he's won and his consistency over his entire career has been really unparalleled. I don't think anybody was so consistent and has won so many titles. Even Lee Chong Wei, I'd say that he falls a little short in front of Lee Chong.
All right, all right. But have you ever watched him in live action?
No.
Okay, 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 okay. So now that you've kind of finished school, how do you plan to balance academics and badminton now that you're seriously into playing the sport?
Last year, I took admission in SRM University in Chennai in BTech first year in computer science. And, mostly people told me that it's a tough branch and it won't allow you to pursue badminton along with academics. And now that I'm very seriously into badminton, it will hamper my performance, or maybe I won't be able to devote so much time to sport. But I personally feel that it is not at all that difficult, and all thanks to my institute, SRM University, they are helping me so much. They don't pressurize me to attend classes. Nothing. Whenever I go for tournaments, all the notes are provided. The tests are rescheduled according to my tournament schedule, and I don't think anybody can help me so much. So
That's a huge help, of course.
yeah, that's a huge help. That's a huge help. Even semester exams are rescheduled. I think that's a very big help from such a big institute.
Right. But right now, I think you must be having all your classes online.
Yeah, definitely. And because of that, my efforts are definitely reduced, because had I had to go to the college to attend live classes, then I wouldn't have been able to do that. But now, due to the pandemic, I'll say that this is the best thing that has happened because I'm able to attend online classes.
Right. So, but how's the situation in Nagpur, right? Right. You're based out of Nagpur, right?
I'm based in Raipur at the moment because I'm training there with Mr. Sanjay.
Okay. So that means you can go out and train. I mean, you're not indoors.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not indoors. I can work. Yeah.
But home is in Nagpur.
Yeah, my home is in Nagpur.
Okay. So, ma'am, welcome to you. Being a doctor and kind of having a champion at home requires a lot of sacrifices. And especially if you're a doctor, it's not easy. So talk about your journey, talk about your, I mean, I know it's a very rewarding journey, but at the time, at times it also can get frustrating. From your perspective, as a mother and as a, I would say, as a parent guardian, how do you see Malvika's journey?
First of all, a very good evening to you. And thank you so much for having me on the show. It's
Pleasure.
Malvika's day, but glad that you also included me in this chat. So it has been very, very rewarding. And I will just make a slight correction. I never looked at it from the point of view that we are sacrificing anything. Because, uh, of course, I was working, I'm a working professional. I have a dental clinic, I'm a dental surgeon. And with all my professional activities, it was really tough to be with Malvika all the time, going with her for the tournaments and, being with her for her academic sessions, whatever help she required. But since Malvika always was a very dedicated and a sincere student, and likewise on court also, so she led the way for us. And I always felt that if she needs just that much little bit of help, and if that extra thing from our side can make her achieve her goals in life, then I think it's my duty and responsibility and not at all a sacrifice. I
So
rather
I'm glad.
enjoy being.
I'm glad you look at it that way. But then, from my perspective, of course, I mean, because I also happen to have a son who plays golf. It's not an easy journey.
Wonderful.
I can tell you, it's not an easy journey. So
Yes.
I'm glad you look at it that way. But how long have you been in Raipur now?
So usually what happened in 2019 and 20, because of the pandemic, we had got stuck and then we had to come back to Nagpur. So I keep going with her to Raipur and come back to Nagpur each time before a tournament or for a longer stretch of around 2 months, 3 months. And I have my own private practice. And by God's grace, my husband also is a dental surgeon. So
Okay.
we both practice at the same place. So
Okay.
practically, I really did not have to completely give up my profession. Every time I used to be back, he used to deal with a lot of my patients who were not able to meet me. And then once I was back, I used to continue with my profession. So every time, like 3 months, 4 months, or maybe 2.5 months, then another 2 weeks, I would come back and then go. So it is difficult. It was like a tightrope walk because every schedule had to be very tightly organized, very tightly planned. But we could do that because the only intent in all the three, like of our teammates, me, my husband, and Malvika, used to be that how we can get the best out of the situation and how she can do the best and give her best in each and every training session, each and every tournament. So likewise, while going for the tournaments also, like me and my husband, we take turns. So once if he has gone, then I look after the clinic and I cover him. If he is not there, then I do that. So practically, we always have been with Malvika for all her tournaments, past 8 to 10 years as well. So it's nice. It's like very rewarding and more than parents, we are her friends now because she doesn't have
No, ma'am,
time to be.
that is very important because I would call it intent, because if you look at it as a journey, then it becomes
Yes.
enjoyable. Because a lot of parents,
Yes.
they think that nurturing a champion is kind of going out of the way, and you
Yes.
have to step out of your comfort zone. I mean, there are no
Certainly.
two
Absolutely.
ways about that. I mean, if you want to have a good
Absolutely.
life and at the same time you can't raise a champion like that. So
Yes, you said it to me.
yeah. So I mean, I'm glad that you look at it that way, and I'm sure she's paying you back in terms of the results. So
Yeah.
so your coach Sanjay Mishra is based in Raipur.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've been with him from the beginning.
No, so actually, I shifted quite a few years back to Sanjay sir, and I'm very glad that I started training under him. Actually, I had been traveling with him for many years in the junior national team because I was selected in the junior team since I think 2015 or 16. So since that time, I have been traveling with him, and he saw my dedication and my focus, and he really liked that about me, and then he said that you come to Raipur, I'll train you there. So
Okay, so he
that's
has
how
an
it started.
academy in Raipur.
Yeah, he
Yes.
does. Yeah.
Okay. So before that, you were on your own, or you had another coach?
I had another coach. He was from Nagpur, but then we thought that his attitude was not that professional towards
Okay.
coaching, so I decided to shift to Raipur.
Right. So, I mean, the fact that now, how long have you been with Sanjay Mishra?
I think it's almost 4 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I
a very
mean,
long time.
so now the understanding is perfect. I mean, he understands whenever you have a problem, he understands what you're going through.
Definitely,
Yes,
yeah. And the
yes.
amazing part was that since 4 years, I mean, at the beginning of those 4 years also, he had the same understanding with me that he has now. So there's absolutely no change. He understood me perfectly even back then. So that was really amazing about it.
I ask this question to both of you as an outsider because my knowledge of badminton is limited. But whatever little I know is that any parent who wants his ward to play badminton, and if he kind of starts giving results, it's either the Prakash Padukone Academy or the Gopichand Academy or maybe one or two other academies down south. How come you didn't go that way?
Sir, it was very natural for me to take this call for Malvika because she was studying parallelly in a very normal school. Usually, players they don't go to formal schools. They take
Okay.
education slightly takes a backseat for them, even in the schooling days. Since I was based at Nagpur in all her initial years, she was regularly schooling. So, in very early part, this thing didn't happen that we moved out of Nagpur and she had to leave her education. So, always basic education was the primary goal for me even then. That she must go to a normal school, and normal schooling would definitely bring out a lot of better things in her. So that being the base, we didn't move out that early out of Nagpur, and
Okay.
Raipur is also very familiar to me because my parents stay at Raipur.
Okay.
So that was a very easy decision for me, being close to Nagpur, and Mr. Sanjay Mishra being a very competent coach himself, and having traveled with Malvika and having that rapport with her. This was an additional support and very good feeling that she was in safe hands. She was in hands who knew what to do with her. And the support system that I had at Raipur, being my maternal home, it was very easy and very sure a decision that I could travel in 6 hours. My home was there, and Malvika was in the safest hands. So the thought of going to Bangalore and any other place didn't come earlier, and then this supported
No,
it
no,
as
that's
well.
very important actually, that at least she's had a solid school education. That's
Yes.
important. That's important. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, I think you're right.
I would just like to add to this, sir, that she very naturally shifted from her academics to her game. So it was never a challenge for us to see that she's not able to study and she's not able to play simultaneously at the same time. She could very easily have that balance. Always interested in reading a lot. So it we found that as parents it would be devastating for the kid if we don't let this kid study. She enjoys reading, she enjoys studying, so it was
That's a rare quality these days because
yes,
everybody's
yes,
on the phone.
yes, and she's hardly on the phone. So she, as such, she's an avid reader, and academically also she used to enjoy studying. So that was a big thing that came to our mind, that if we pull this out of her life, maybe she will not feel very comfortable in her other zone also, because this makes her really very stable. She can switch on, switch off, and come out of one phase and enter the other phase very conveniently. So that's what happened when we joined college also. She's always very interested in science, so she found other subjects difficult. She took science and she pursued it, and now she's enjoying that also. So
Right.
we said that it's important for a player to be their best version on court only when they can be mentally very happy about what they're doing in life otherwise.
True.
So that was the base of our decision, and it wasn't taking any more of her time. The time which is spent on phone or maybe on social media, she was just devoting to reading, studying, and then she was playing. So she could do both well. That's how we chose not to move
So,
anywhere.
but since she had a normal schooling, I mean, from morning till
Yes.
afternoon, so did it
Yes.
make the practice schedule a little strenuous that after school, going to the court, sports complex, training, did it make it a very long day for you?
Yeah, definitely, sir. It was those days were really very tough because before the school I had training, then after the school I had training, and it was really tough for me physically. But I managed it well. My mother used to chalk out programs for me, that the study schedule for me, and I used to follow that, and it was really easy for me.
Yeah, time management is the key. Actually, that is what is very important. Very important.
Very true.
So, as far as tournaments go, Malvika, how is it placed? What next for you?
I think for the next 2 months, we don't have much, but I think after August, September, there are some tournaments, and I'll be planning to play well in them.
So you you have to travel abroad?
Yeah, I have to travel abroad because I don't know how long it would take for tournaments in India to start. I'm not pretty sure about that. Abroad, yeah, in Europe, tournaments are being conducted. Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to playing well then.
Right. So these 2 months that you have, how do you plan to kind of chalk out your training schedule? Anything specific that you kind of looking to work on with your coach?
Yeah, my coach will decide for me. He has been making schedules up till now, and I think he must have had one ready for these 2 months as well. So when we go back to Raipur, then I think I'll get back to work pretty soon with him.
So since you like to read, are you also fond of sports biographies?
Yeah, I'm fond of them. Yeah.
Have you read anyone recently?
I've read Saina Nehwal's, I've read Sachin's, I've read Usain Bolt's, and a few others. I think Federer and a few others. I think. Yeah,
Anything?
I've read Sunita Williams' autobiography also.
Okay. So anything from all these books, anything that stands out for you, which you find inspirational?
Even after having failures, these great sports persons never gave up. That was the best thing in all these books, and that was the like we draw a Venn diagram, and then in all those shades we get something in common. So I think in all those books, this was the most common thing, that even after having bad performances, bad failures, they never gave up. They never stopped believing in themselves, and they continued their hard work. And like Sachin played for India for almost, I think, 24 years. So that's almost a quarter of a century. That's not a joke. And being so consistent, being there in the national team for so many years, it requires lots of dedication. And even after reaching the pinnacle of success, you have to keep on working that hard every day. You have to get up every day and follow that routine for so many years. So it requires lots of dedication. And even Usain Bolt, like winning 9 gold medals, 8 gold medals in 3 Olympics is not a joke. So they have been very dedicated, and I think that inspires me.
So on a normal day, what is your training? What is your schedule like from morning till the time you get up till you go to bed?
Actually, in these few months, my daily schedules have been varying a lot due to the restrictions due to COVID, because the court timings were quite restricted. And but still, in these difficult times, also I want to thank my coach that he arranged practice sessions for me, so that my practice couldn't get hampered. But then almost every month, so the schedule would change accordingly. So that I won't be able to say any specific. In general, I had I think 1 or 2 practice sessions, and then some yoga sessions in the morning. And before I went to bed, I would like to read something or study and meditate, and then go to bed. So that was the usual.
So that's a very rare habit, that reading before going to bed. Today's kids don't do that. Unheard of. So
yes.
No, very good habits you have. Right, Malvika, we are running out of time. Pleasure talking to you, ma'am, as well. All the very best for the future, and we'll catch you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Take care, and please be safe.
You too. Thank you, sir.
Right.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.